Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and here's what happened while we were away. There was an article out that said that U.S. and Iran are considering a 2-week ceasefire extension to allow more time to negotiate a peace deal, according to, quote, people familiar with the matter. That said, markets have obviously got excited about that, but take that with a grain of salt. Iran said that there were no new negotiations, and Caroline Leavitt said in a press conference just now that the White House has not formally requested an extension of the ceasefire. Nothing is official until you hear it from us. We feel good about the prospects of a deal, and it's obviously in the best interest of Iran to meet the president's demands. Besant was also on that same press conference and said that U.S. will not be renewing sanctions waivers on Russian or Iranian oil. Moving on to the bonds, as an influx of supply hits markets and traders await for more concrete developments on the Iran-U.S. negotiations. 4.3% will be the level to watch for the benchmark Treasury yields. Yields on the 10 currently at 4.28 sit just above the midpoint of the new lower range between 4.20 and 4.30, up about 5 basis points from the session low in Tokyo. 6 new borrowers are looking to raise new capital in the U.S. investment-grade primary market on Wednesday after several deals stood down this week. Corporate treasurers could lock in the deals, while buyers of the issuance could sell treasuries to make room to buy the bonds. That would lend to a backup in yields, so keep an eye on that. SoftBank has sold $3.6 billion with a B in junk bonds today as aggressive investments in artificial intelligence by the Japanese conglomerate has helped fuel the surge in the firm's funding costs. The company priced $1.5 billion of dollar notes and $1.75 billion in euro notes. So again, a lot of corporate issuance that may soak up some of what may have gone to the Treasury market. So again, keep an eye on the Treasury market. Now, the CFTC, which is the Commodities Future Trading Association, is currently leading a probe into trading of oil futures contracts on platforms belonging to CME and ICE, who, according to people who asked not to be identified as the information is private, both exchanges were asked to hand over data. The CFTC is looking into at least 2 instances over a period of about 2 weeks where trading volumes surged shortly before major announcements. Data requested from the exchanges include the so-called Tag 50 identifications of the entities behind the trades. So perhaps some of those rumors swirling on X might not have been false. We will find out shortly on that, or probably not so shortly, but there is apparently a probe on that actually happening. The North Sea oil suddenly has more sellers than buyers, so there were 7 offers for barrels either produced in or delivered to the North Sea on Wednesday, today. There were only 2 bids, both of which were withdrawn. It is the first time since offers have outpaced bids since March 16th. The sudden rush to sell marks a reversal from last week when the pricing window was dominated by aggressive bidding. There were more than 40 cargoes bid and only 4 offers then, a sign that buyers were rushing to get a hold of crude that pushed the physical prices far above the futures benchmarks. However, traders and analysts said that the real-world crude values had surged so much it was likely that it is forcing refiners to dial back their processing rates, a move that could in turn hit demand for crude. So we'll keep an eye on that, and the price of physically dated crude has pulled back just slightly. We'll see if we get some better pricing if we see buyers come back into the market. And with that, I will hand it to Jim for an Edge report.
How about that? All we needed was Tracy to give us a little good luck, and that even the S&P popped to all-time highs. We just wicked through that 70.43 level as she was talking, and it did it. It did it quickly. It's almost as if there was a whole bunch of orders that were ready to explode once that area hit. It did hit, and we wicked all the way up to 48. So we went about five handles above that all-time high. Didn't quite make it to Jack's one. That's that next level up there at 70.50. Past that, we have R2 a little bit further up, 70.65. One day max, 70.68, spot 25. So there are some targets still for continuation buying, but we did achieve that all-time high. I haven't done it yet in NASI. NASDAQ's still messing around, slowing things up, but we'll see how that goes. The volume profile here is not that great. We have an okay point of control, actually, but not really. I mean, it's been building for a long period of time, mostly after we broke above the initial balance high of the day, right? That IB high right here, that was at 73. And we didn't really even start trading this price until the 11 to 11:30 candle. This is the 30-minute candles. But every single candle has traded through that price. So it looks like there's a little bit of price happiness here at 70.35, spot 75. I'm going to keep my eye on that to see if that's going to be price happiness for the rest of the afternoon. It could act like a magnet. Right below that's R1 as well. So there's kind of two areas of interest that are cozying up to each other right there. Let's pivot over to the NASDAQ while we're at it. This will take a second for the data to percolate, folks, but we could start with a daily chart. There's our target, man. There's that January 28th swing high, which was the mini S&P high at 26,349. We're not there yet. Right above it, 26,399 is the all-time high from October of the NASI. We're trying to get there, but we're just a little bit slow on the draw so far. If I'm going to adjust my percent change tool, literally, we are less than, remember the other day we were like, I don't know, 10% off the highs. Now we're at, less than 0.7%, 0.67% about napkin calculation. I'm moving my lines around with my mouse. So we're almost back to break even from those highs, which is amazing, by the way. Let's kind of drill in here to intraday chart and see what's going on. We do have a bunch of interesting levels here. JAX2 is kind of framing the top of the conversation here. That's a gamma level, exposure level 2, second most important one, and that is right there at 26,250. Wick through it once, sold off again, going for it a second time right now on this candle. If we pop above there, we do have some more targets up here. We have R2, and we have that one-day max by MenthorQ, 26,299. Doesn't mean it's the maximum it could go. It's not like a lock limit or anything, but it's based on a calculation by MenthorQ. They try to calculate what the expected max high and max low range is for the day. Now, today, you see, we're only at 58% of the 34-day average range. When I see that going into the close and I see a pattern like this, I'm thinking, all right, there's a lot of potential still, right? So a lot of folks are going to be like, oh, I can't go any higher. I'm going to get short here. Look at that. We're exhausted here. We're bouncing up against this 26,220 level. We can't get to JAX2. But be careful, because there could be a range extension to the upside as well. And look at there's nothing but empty space here. So we'll see what happens here. Alternatively, I'd be looking for some sort of retracement back down, probably to value area low, which is at 67 here, 167, 168. I'll round it up by a tick. And then a little bit lower than that is R1, which is pretty close to the IB high. Now, we've been in the IB high. We broke that IB high twice with wicks, but buyers just pushed us right back up here. So from a retracement trade point of view, I like it. And we'll see if we can get down to R1 again. But we might not. We might break out. Who knows? Let's kind of move over to, let's go. Tracy talked about bonds. Let's throw a 30-year Treasury bond up here really quickly. Interestingly enough, we're back below that 114.16 30 seconds. That was my line where I wanted to see the market close. I wanted a continuation candle on a daily chart closing above that. We had one candle that closed above it yesterday, barely by 4 ticks. I mean, we're not rewriting any records or anything. But today's candle, forget about it. It's almost an equal and opposite candle. It's just it's at this point we're not closing over that 114 and 16 30 seconds. I highly doubt it. Now, one thing that's on my radar screen, though, here, which is kind of important to me anyway, is this older last week's area of resistance, right? And that's right at that 113.31 level, 114 even level. We're driving back down it. That resistance is now support. We have 2 days of candles where it's showing its support. Happens a lot. Resistance becomes support and vice versa for whatever reason. And a lot of times you could look back on a chart and find these areas as well. And time and time again, it works pretty well. In any event, we're also up against the moving averages, the 21 EMA and the 8 EMA. Right now, they were poised across. The fast was poised across over the slow, but today's price action just thwarted that possibility. Right now, we're just kind of going parallel and sideways right here, right now. No shadow at the bottom of this candle. Really quickly, intraday chart. This has been a slow, steady grind ever since the London bell rang. We pretty much had selling pretty much all day. A little bit of a pause here at the USIB right before the USIB, but then continuation selling. Now we're kind of, we're hitting the bottom here, and we're still digging. We have that 1-day min now at that 114.01 level. Again, really important level for me. And the high vol level. This is kind of where gamma changes from positive to negative. That's at 114 even. So only 7 ticks away. That is this afternoon's Edge Report. We are ready for the main event. We have 3 very young, talented traders with us today. We have Joey, Jack, and Salma. Good afternoon, folks.
What's up? Yo. What's up, Jim?
The Dream Team. Well, I'm going to see the Dream Team Friday. Maybe some of them Thursday night even.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow this time, Jim. Literally in 24 hours.
Yeah. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. I can't wait to meet you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some fun interviews we have planned with you guys too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let's go.
Can't wait.
Boy. Anyway, so today's been kind of interesting day. All-time highs for the S&P. We've had kind of an abrupt turnaround from this the doom and gloom, which is the war in Iran. What do you guys make of it? Let's start with you, Joey.
I mean, yeah, it's the Nasdaq's has been on a ripper the past few days. Just continue to go up, breaking the IB, going up to the extension levels up there. Obviously, the 2-week extension ceasefire market clearly likes that. So we're just continuing to move up. I'm a big believer in do not fade extensions. I don't like fading initial balance extensions. If we're going to be up here, I'm fine with just being up here and maybe looking for longs. Other than that, it's been the same plan every day. Either we long up here with the extensions, or I see shorts come back down below IB high, and then I'll be okay with taking shorts from there.
Totally makes sense. Jack, what are you thinking, man?
Oh man, pullbacks are obviously the thing to buy here. It's just a matter of if we can get one deep enough for me to want to get in. I always like when we have these like little ATR candles. As soon as Tracy spoke her magic, I always like to wait 25 minutes for the market kind of to pick a direction. I do think that the oil and gold markets have been a little more tradable as far as like a two-sided range, but the levels I want to get long the Nasdaq and the ES are just a little bit below this low here that we had around 1 o'clock. So I may not be interested in a new position in there, kind of initiating at highs going into the close. Is not something that's on my tape card. I am short YM. It's been the weaker of the bunch, and we have had primarily down movement all day. But whether or not we stay above or below that 2 o'clock candle is going to be kind of a determining factor of the direction for the remainder of the day for me here. So if we can cut below that, if you think shorts will be interested, otherwise just expect new highs and probably maybe a close at all-time high for the ES.
All right. Salma, you're up.
Hi, Jim. I'm in long crude, short the Russell, but right now it's looking like both of these trades have gotten invalidated. I don't know, when Tracy was speaking, I'm not sure what news came out or whatever. Something came out that, changed the dynamic here on these trades, but probably going to look to cut pretty soon if, in the next like 15 minutes or so, nothing changes. Seems like NQ is going for a new high day here, which would invalidate what was an SMT between NQ and ES. That SMT was bearish for the indices. Seems like it's about to get invalidated right about now. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Not really too convinced with this pump, but yeah. I'm not trying to be a jackass and fade it. just because I want to be stubborn, had my setup, and literally within like 5 minutes, it just got completely discombobulated with whatever news came out. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time, see what happens, and then go from there, reassess.
Yeah, but I like the fact that you stuck to your guns. The setup happened. You executed, and the results are the results. I mean, it happens with everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
All
It's
right.
been actually a good day, so I wouldn't be too upset if these don't work out here.
Got it. Awesome. Well, looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to meeting Cooper. I didn't get to meet Cooper in Chicago. I get to meet him this week for the first time, and he's such an important part of the NinjaTrader live family. Appreciate you, Cooper. You're here every day. Great comments. Great supporting everybody else in the chat. The chat yourself has been fantastic. So I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for the subscriptions and the love. And we'll see you pretty soon, Coops. Having said all that, I'm going to dip it in the chat, and I will talk to you guys later.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
Jim.
See you, Jim. Yo. What's up, fam?
What's up, guys?
I'm just debating whether or not I even want to stay short this YM. I mean, we're pushing higher. I think we maybe trade up to 26,300 in the NQs here. So
Yeah.
kind of my next target above us.
Yep, I'm looking at the next extension level on the IB, which is up at 287. So pretty close to 300. And so I imagine we go and push that. It's kind of been the theme.
What are your extension levels based off of? Is it like
The IB?
Yeah.
Like
Okay, but how is it
50%,
calculated?
50%.
What's that?
Like I mean, you're extending what are you taking?
So it's if you take the IB range, so the extension, there's a 50% extension of the IB range, and then there's 100% of extension of the IB range, right? And so right now we're trending above the 50% of the IB range, getting ready to be up at the 100%. So there's extension levels of both sides. Like the past few days, we've been getting to the 100% extension level of the IB. Does that make sense?
Is it like standard deviations?
I don't really use standard deviation, so I don't really think so. But it's just, again, like if you take the IB range, take the IB range and then move the IB range up, that would be the 100% extension level at the high. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do the maths.
Dude, this is really annoying.
I just flipped on the YM.
Crude was doing so good.
I know. I was in that trade too. Luckily, I moved my stop above my entry as soon as I saw that candle come out, and I was like, I'm not taking an L on this trade.
Yeah, I think
for a bit.
It's something came out about the straight, or I don't even know, honestly, but yeah, I saw that get wacky and stuff. Yeah, this is a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
What's up, chat? Yeah. How we doing?
Yeah, chat. How are you guys doing? How are you guys managing this uptrend the past few days?
This is a good investor market.
Yeah, very much so.
Invested. One of the few times where you're just like, you can't out trade the performance of this market, or it's really hard to.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, when we're flat on the day and you scored some points, feels good. When you're up 3% and you're like scratching to buy highs, you're like, man, I should have just held them a micro. But yeah, I mean, I've been spending more time in the oil and gold markets than I have in the index markets. Most of my like ideal entries have been pre-market, like my levels that I would have liked to trade, and I'm just not up at 4:30 in the morning, so I'm missing them.
Asia's been whacked, so
yeah, it hasn't been great.
Early Euro session, I've seen, and I mean, there's little pullbacks. I don't like to make excuses for any market because there's always opportunities, but it's just like the perfect opportunities the real good ones you want to see. But interesting divergence on the YM for sure. I mean, it does seem like that is over as we were making those new lows into 12 o'clock while the other indexes were bidding. And that kind of actually turned around once we really crashed at 1 o'clock. That's really the 1 o'clock low when the indexes ES and Q sold off. The YM did not get that selling pressure, and it's been just bidding here since.
Come on, I like this candle on crude here.
We'll sweep it low.
Yeah. You guys planning on trading in Miami?
I mean, I'll trade the morning on Friday and probably for like the first 2 hours, and then or maybe not even, depending. And then I got to drive there.
Yeah, I'll probably trade Friday morning. And then I actually, after Miami, when we leave on Sunday, I go down to Pompano, Florida, and I'll be there for like until the 29th. So over a week, about a week and 2 days. And so I'll be trading down there in the mornings from Pompano.
Nice. Just have to flex on us that you're going to be in Florida for longer than the rest of us.
Well, you know, it's funny because I had a vacation planned before the Miami meetup, and the meetup just happened to be the weekend before vacation, so it kind of made it easy on me where I could just go to the Miami event and then just drive a rental down to Pompano and hang out in Pompano for a while. So kind of that Miami event kind of just extended my vacation in a way.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Well,
definitely
Miami's going to be
needed.
fun, but I mean, afterwards.
Yeah, it's definitely needed.
been working hard.
Someone in chat says, when is Miami? For some of us, it's tomorrow. For the others, it's Friday. So basically this weekend, guys. The meetup is Saturday. Should be fun. Chi-Town, I was in oil longs from before this drop. And I'm just calling this drop's bluff. I gonna just respect my stop, leave it where it is, and not really micromanage. But yeah, I was looking real good. I even I don't know if any of you guys were in chat this morning, but I was saying that the 12-hour on crude was looking real good for a continuation to the upside, and hold on. I was referencing this candle here, this hammer candle. Typically indicates a continuation to the upside. This current 12-hour candle has been struggling. It was looking real good before we got on stream. It's looking like it wanted to push higher. But for whatever reason, every time we come up to like 90, coming close to 93, we start to sell off real hard. But yeah, this is probably like my third time trading crude today. Same setup, taking longs and selling it around like 92, 70-ish. But yeah, I was in before the drop.
Yeah, my magnet above here in the NQ is going to be 26,330. And if that completes by the end of the week, that's pretty incredible. I definitely think it's on the table to do so.
Well, NQ, funny you bring that up. NQ just made new highs. ES, I don't think ES did on this candle. It made equal
I'm not going to
highs.
be looking too much into those signals at this point in time. It's just, that's just going to be how it is the rest of the day with this drift higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, oil breaking below that most recent support, though. I mean, I was really liking it to the long side, but this is a pretty heavy move down out of that. I wouldn't be surprised to see it start drifting towards the prior day's lows.
Let's not. Let's not do that, Jack.
Call it how I see it. Call it how I see it. What do you want me to do?
Let's not.
I don't control. I mean, I'm not pushing it down. You think I'm pushing it down? You think I'm the one? Selmas?
I don't know, Jack, because typically, like, if I take a screenshot of my position, then the market starts to do the complete opposite. So I feel like sometimes I have the ability to jinx the market.
It's that type of confidence that most traders feel right before. Like even me myself personally, like my worst days come after my best days because I get overexcited, overconfident, oversized. You're like, oh man, I had a killer day. Time to size up. And it's the same thing with screenshots. You're like, this is money. This is never coming back. We've all
It's the
been there.
market that's wrong. It's never me. It's true.
That's a good attitude.
It's
Never
like a
you.
super old clip.
Up from where? Also, we have these like, I mean, if we recaptured this like this yellow bar here, that's the ATR increase. I'd be a little more inclined to buy like pullbacks here and CL, but we're not. Oh, I realize I'm not. Let's switch these over.
NASDAQ trying to pull back a little bit after making that new high. I don't know that I'm entirely convinced. I'm still waiting to see. I still believe we're gonna get up to the 100% extension at 280.
Yeah, I just really need to see
287.
some structure break.
Yeah.
It's not a market where you want to be selling your resistance levels. I think anybody that's been trying that has found that out the hard way. It's really just buy supports. When the market's making something so obvious, sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, don't fight it.
Yeah.
I'd love to look at this market and be like, it's got to go down because we're up so much. But like, what theory is that? That's not a trading like a strategy. It's got to go down because it's gone up.
Right.
And that's just where we are.
Trying to find like fatigue in the buyers.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Technical analysis is looking at prior price action to determine potential future outcomes, and the prior price action says we're going higher at this point. Nothing else to it. Nothing else to it until we get. I got levels I want to buy below, but I want to buy them below. I don't need to short into them. Sometimes you're convinced that like a support level is going to trade, or like even like you look at IB. Maybe IB should trade, but you really want to take a long at IB. You don't necessarily feel like you need to short into that IB happening.
No, I would need to see if I got a retest of like say IB high, I would need to see like some serious like distribution to the downside for me to want to short it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, it would just be longs off a retest at IB high.
The low of the day in the NASDAQ and the ES is the 50% retracement from the RTH open. The 50% retracement from the RTH lows is 70.22 in the ES, and it is a 26,116 in the NQ. And we flash down there for a moment, and it's been a bid ever since. That was like 5 bars of selling, maybe to like 30 minutes max from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Fast move down, but no continuation. And it's kind of important to take notes when you see something like that. Very fast move down can entice new sellers, because momentum flips to the downside, but it immediately is just put in with an endless bid. Institutions got to be long when the market's going up like this. And they stay long once they get long.
Lido, I did start practicing just like walking away, taking a break. That's something we spoke about during the interview. And then the other thing that I'm still kind of working on, been a little bit of adjusting, is I guess having a little bit more conservative price targets, because oftentimes, I do. Lido is the correct pronunciation. What did I say? Did I say Lido? I'm sorry, Lido. But whatever. Most of the time I like put my TPs in the stop loss based off of the chart, right? And so I've been noticing that like we'll come real close to take profit and then it'll just reverse on me. And so that's something that I just need to work on a little bit more, where if I know, for example, like ES is going to come up to 70.50, instead of having my TP there, I would do like, 70.45, just so that it's a little bit on the safer side. But yeah, definitely been taking more breaks.
Breaks is a good way for me to get my push-ups in.
I mean, I took a break. I haven't been at my desk since 11 up until we got on live. So it took like a 3-hour break.
Nasdaq trying to make a new high on the day.
Let's just, you know what? Let's for the next 2 hours just assume that Nasdaq's just going to keep making new highs.
Yep.
Let's not short. Let's just take a pack. Let's just, it's not a high
it's kind of a little too late for that, for me at least.
No, you don't have to short it anymore. Are you short right now?
Mm-hmm.
Nasdaq?
No, hell no. I don't touch the Nasdaq. The Russell.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Russell's got a different structure for sure.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, YM was probably the best looking one today for shorts.
Yeah, I get. Unfortunately, the Russell has picked up speed here too, which is interesting. That's what it's like. This was strong, and now the weak ones are strong.
I'm all out. This is. Yeah, I'm all out. I'm out of crude as well. I'll just rather wait. Although the 15-minute on the Russell, hold on. 15-minute on the Russell looks like it can reverse, but just assume everything's going to get bought up today. There's no point.
Something I think about when like the market, like I think a lot of people, especially like if you go on Twitter, people get like very frustrated not being able to get in moves. And I'm sure, I felt that this week. I've been able to take some good longs, but like for as much as it goes, been going up, it can feel very frustrating not being in that move. And your natural inclination is almost to fight that because it seems like the easier trade. But like, I encourage all you guys watching is it recognize that feeling. If you ever find yourself in a market that's frustrating to get into, that's probably the right direction. And you need to avoid without some type of rule set. I mean, sure, you can eventually short, but have some type of rule set where you're like, I want to see a structure break below, balance, or I need to see like, there's something that's really, key that I look at during anytime we have a major sell-off or rally, which I simply just call it one-time framing. And that's we're going up. It has been green day, green day, green day, green day, green day. There has not been a single red day here. And really until we get a red day, sure, that red day, there might be a great short, but there's really not great edge until that day closes red. And then the next day, you're going to have another two-sided market. But until we get a red close on the day, I don't think we're going to be back into a normal market where it's like, equally effective to stick in shorts. Is there going to be opportunities? Is the market going to pull back? Are we going to drop a couple hundred points off highs? Yes. Is the probability there? I don't think so.
No, there's new highs on the Nas.
Well, it didn't even mean to do that.
$300s inbound.
Yeah, 300. I got targets at 326.
Jeez, ES is just wow.
I mean, it's that liftoff, like you gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Get with it. Yeah, but that halfway back, if you're familiar with fib work, that halfway back that we held RTH in both the NQ and the ES, the negative 23% profit targets, which is, kind of a target that I use. The ES has already completed it, but the NASDAQs would be 26,315, and I would not be surprised to see that here today. And that's still, what is that, 50 points above?
Mm-hmm.
Not that far. 50 points. We got an hour and a half left. But I'll tell you what, 26,330 in the NASDAQ and 7110s in the ES is the biggest target I have here. And I would expect distribution. Is it a resistance level I have? No, it's a profit target I have. But profit targets can become resistance levels. I tell you what, first test, I'm not going to short it, but I will be looking for structure that tells me there's somewhere I can put a stop above highs. You can't short highs.
No.
You cannot short highs.
No.
We've had.
Remember when last week we were sorry not to cut you off. Last week everyone on X is like the Armageddon's gonna happen, market's gonna keep dying off, blah blah blah. Everybody's freaking out, and now here we are. New all-time highs on the ES. It's actually comical.
Well, that's how it happens, because so many people are out of the market. They're not invested, and that's the fastest moves higher. And it's the difference with down moves are almost always two-sided. You very rarely free fall, and if you do, it's for a day. It's the risk is to the upside. The risk is not to the downside. I think that's a common misconception, because when that market turns, it took us 6 months to get those lows, and it's taken us 2 weeks to get back to highs.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's the speed, the momentum. Make it easy on yourself. One of the other rules, I'll come into situations like this, hey, at least try longs, and if I get stopped out on minimum 2 longs in a row, probably 3 longs in a row, then I'm all right, there's something else going on. But try. Let the market tell you that, hey, your buying isn't working anymore.
Yeah.
But give it the opportunity.
How do you? So here's an interesting question, and it's something that I've struggled with, or I used to struggle with more. I've gotten a lot better at it now, especially over the past few days, where I've been purely focused on buying these markets. But when the market's constantly ripping, right? Markets are constantly ripping, and you kind of have in your head, man, we have to pull back. We got to pull back at some point, and you just can't you can't bring yourself to get long, because again, like you said, the easy trade is to fight it. The easy trade is to say, we got to come down, find any little bit of weakness in the market that would signal us coming down, and then you obviously take the short. How do you flip that? How do you find a way to get long in a market that's constantly ripping every single day, making new highs?
Close your eyes and hit buy. Literally that simple.
It's how do you? It's how for those people that struggle with that. How do you how do you get yourself in a spot mentally that you could be yeah, you know what, I can buy this up here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can answer it for myself, and I think everybody probably has an answer for that for me. But there's 2 ways to think about it. The psychological flip that you need to do that is simply, I look at my charts. It's I'm it's working so well. Why am I not doing it? Just a simple observation of any of these charts that on almost any time frame, the longs are working so well. Are you that afraid that for me, when I take a position, my risk is primarily the same, as far as the dollar value goes. So then I ask myself, well, what makes me want to risk $500 shorting, but I'm unwilling to risk $500 going long? Now, everyone's going to have a different technical setup with how they determine they get in. But the question that you just can ask yourself, and if you give it an honest answer, which sometimes, Salma, you were talking about this in your meeting with Jared, how about just being honest with the markets and honest with yourself about your view of the markets. But if you're really just honest with yourself, it's what is honestly working, and then if the answer should be long. I don't know why over the last 10 days you can simply honestly answer that shorts are working. That's just false. So once you come to that conclusion that it's honestly to the upside, you have to, whatever, it's going to be different for people. Why are you not, if you're risking money to the downside, why are you not willing to risk it? You've already answered to yourself that the market is honestly moving higher. And I have an honest opinion that the path of least resistance is up. So it's just like that series of questions. What is the honest path of least resistance based on your simple observations? And you could use, I don't care if you use moving averages, MACDs, price action, volume profile. We do not have overlapping volume profile since the bottom. I mean, we maybe a couple days in the middle, but since then it's up. So you got to ask yourself, at some point to trade, you got to put money on the table. Why aren't you doing it path of least resistance?
Yeah, good take.
Jack, I think people can't see your position tracker. Or like on screen. Yeah, on screen your face is hiding it.
Oh,
it's gotta move. It's gotta move to the right a little bit. There you go. Russell 15-minute. That setup is working. Wow. I didn't believe.
Where's the path of least resistance, Salma?
Upside.
Upside.
You know. I mean, today there was definitely money to have been made to the downside. Like we had that 12:30 flush, and then the 11:30 flush.
Yeah, but even if you think about those times, that's 30 minutes of the entire day where you could have been right being the downside.
This is true. Yeah.
Like had you bought any other time outside, I would argue that the Dow, which of course I am long, has been the only market that has shown downside price action here today.
Right. Yeah.
But you saw that because we our first swing high here in the Dow was rejected. Next second swing high rejected, and then that kind of flipped really right on this candle, in my opinion, 2 o'clock, because that's the first time we had like really broken above like some structure. If you're early, maybe this breakout here at like 1 o'clock. But and if you find some people do better trading short markets, like that's why I have this little scan here. I'll pull it into the view, but. You want to short something? Look anything on this chart, which is literally CL and MGC, where it goes bearish. So there's bull, which is bullish, obviously, and bearish, which is bearish. Pick those markets. So that's one thing I do. Like when I find myself, if I'm consistently wrong, I'm like, okay, I'm reading the market wrong, and I'm probably trading the wrong market to my bias. And sometimes intraday, it's hard to change your bias. Like you're just super bearish or whatever psychological reason, you can't pull yourself from that bias. I'll literally just get out of that market, stop trading that market, simply go to this scan that I run and pick a market that is running in the direction that I want to trade. If I want to trade bonds, I will just pick a market that is running bull, which is the M6A. If you guys trade currencies, that's the Australian dollar. We also got ES, NQ, obviously. And then here's some micros down here. So, but yeah, that's one thing I've developed to help me avoid trading against, you can be wrong, but you just can't be wrong over and over and over and over and over. We're all going to be wrong. We're traders.
And over again.
And over. That's when you're like, that's when the market gets tough. When you get, that scanner is not available publicly, but you can build your own. It's really just if you scan Market Analyzer, and then I'm running you could run simple like MA crossover scans in here, like above a 9 MA or above whatever your inputs are, and then it just will automatically scan for it. To be honest, I don't have any YouTube videos on how to do this, but I'm sure they're out there. But the Market Analyzer tab is a tool inside of NinjaTrader, which, I should talk to the NinjaTrader people. I think they should do some stuff on coding to get people kind of into that. Because there's some awesome tools, but they are really technical available in NinjaTrader. They're definitely not something that I would have ever figured out when I first started trading. It took me years to understand this stuff.
Wow, what a wick on the Russell.
So that path of least resistance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Russell basically even on the day here, huh? Even on the day.
Gold's at an interesting level right now. It's not really, I mean, not really, we're not really moving a whole lot, but I do like the level we're at on gold for a potential long.
Yeah, I actually took that earlier today. That second test area.
Yeah.
At 11:30. I bought the first pullback at 11:55 and actually had a pretty decent exit on it. But yeah, I do like the base here. That's going to be something I'll look at in Asia, because that 48.10 area in GC has been something. It's basically where we broke out on Tuesday.
Yeah. I am eyeing those longs. I'll be looking at it as well curious to see what happens during Tokyo Open for Asia.
Wonky cake. Why do I like trading the Dow? I don't necessarily like trading the Dow. I just am trading the Dow. I don't, if you watch me on here, I trade many different things. For me, the reason I was in the Dow or am in the Dow is because I feel more comfortable at the bottom of ranges if I get bullish a market as opposed to the highs. Because let's say the Dow does turn around and catches up to the ES and NQ and trades high of the day. Well, I have a lot more room to run than if I'm just buying NQ and ES highs of the day. Now, opposing that, of course, is that the Dow is a little weaker and it may not get up there. But I bet you if the NASDAQ and the Russell are closing on high, or the NASDAQ and ES are closing on highs here today, that the Dow is going to catch up tomorrow and take out today's high tomorrow. So for me, it's just a risk reward perspective, and the potential chance that we do catch up. I have further upside that I can kind of picture in the YM, and I have no attachment emotionally to one product or the other. There is products I trade more than others because they have more volatility, but I don't often trade the Dow, but I will trade the Dow.
The Dow is fun to trade, though.
Salma likes the Dow.
I do.
Dom, the name of the indicator I have for IB is if in trading view, which it is coming in NinjaTrader, by the way. The NinjaTrader team is helping me get this into NinjaTrader. So, but right now it's in trading view. It's called IB first hour. If you just type IB first hour in the indicators, you'll see my name come up there, J Morgan 11, and you can add it to your charts. But it is coming in NinjaTrader chat. Super excited for that.
Method Man says, what makes the Dow fun? Just curious. I mean, what makes ES or the NASDAQ fun? Like, I guess fun is just subjective, guys. I just like the way the Dow moves. And I'm with Jack on, what is it?
It doesn't have to be fun to trade it, right? Like, I don't look at markets like, that's fun to trade.
No, it's got to be fun. Gotta have a little fun, Jack.
I mean, I have fun with you, but it's not like I trade the Dow and I'm like, oh, it's about to get fun now. And it's
Yeah.
the ES, the YM. This one's more fun.
Yeah. Method Man, honestly, it really all depends on so I watch all 4 of the indexes, and it just depends on where they are relative to each other. And that's why I agree with, what Jack said, how he's long YM, even though YM is the weakest. There's been many times where I try shorting the strongest, and it's the same thing. Risk to reward is more in your favor when, you're trying to play catch up.
Also, something here in the Dow that I can anchor against. So we had this yellow bar as an average to range expansion. So one of my trading theories is if we expand range in one direction, that really shouldn't break back down below that direction. You'll notice my stop is immediately below that 2 o'clock low. So if we pop up here in a range expansion, that candle's so close in the middle of the range, you can see pullbacks have basically been being bought since. I feel like I can defend and know my risk. Do I know how high we go in the Dow? Probably. I really don't. I'm probably going to just try to hold this till close, or if the NQ gets up towards my profit targets of 26,315s, I'll look to take it off because I think there could be a little potential correlation into the end of the day on that. But it gives me a technical vantage point to enter in a trade, reduce risk, as opposed to the Nasdaq. If you weren't kind of in, we really took off right away, and I just felt more comfortable entering in the Dow because it was in the middle of the range and I could reduce my risk. Had I needed to put my stop below that ATR expansion, oh wait, I'm going to bring this over to you. Had I needed to put my stop below that ATR expansion in the Dow at 2 o'clock, there would have been much more risk, because this candle here is like, I don't know, like 80 points or something. So that's a much bigger stop than what I have here.
And here we go. New highs on NAS.
I wish we had somebody who could do an auction your voice. I need to work on that. Like back in the day, there was something called Pit Audio, which somebody posted a clip of it during the flash crash, and this guy would literally sit there like an auctioneer, and he had a stream that he charged for, and he would just yell out the bid ask. You could hear the noise of the pit when it still kind of existed. This is like over 10 years ago. Even though it wasn't as prevalent as it was back in the day, it was still kind of cool to hear. You would hear the pit get louder. He'd start talking faster. The markets would be moving. It was really fun. And now, just people just throw it on in the background. With this breakout here on the YM, I'm going to be able to move my stop up, reduce my risk even further, because that should not come back. Yeah, there was a clip going around on Twitter of him, the flash crash in 2010. Yeah, the other week. It's funny.
Dude, this is crazy. Still going.
Yep. It's going to keep going. I mean, if we got this, I mean, like, you got to start thinking about, we're all-time highs are clear. That's no question at this point. I mean, it's already in the ES. It's coming up in Q. What is the next level before we even get major distribution? Like, this has been a long consolidation. I can't tell you the last time we were below highs for 6 months. I mean, I don't even think we were below highs for 6 months. On the 50% retracement pullback, where we came, or it was halfway back from 2022, but in the April low, that April low didn't even take that long to get back to all-time high. And we fell much further. So this consolidation, as far as the length of time we have not made new all-time highs, is pretty significant.
Yeah, I don't think it would take us long at all to go hit new all-time highs on NAS.
Yeah, I mean, when that switch flips, you'll see it in every market bottom. And if you want to do some technical study and go back to the lows of 2025, go back to the lows of 2022, and look at how the market moved out of those lows and compare it to today. I think everybody who's been trading for over a year should at least go back to a couple of the pullbacks that we've had in the indexes of 20% or more. If you were not trading, you should go back to an hourly chart on those dates and take a look at the price action.
Yeah. Well, we did hit 300 even on the micro on the MenthorQ.
Yeah.
That put us right above the 100% extension level on the IB. If I go back and look at like historical data, just for like these rips that we've had on, I mean, all week, we've gone to the 150% extension, and that's where we've kind of chilled out both days. Let's see, yesterday and Monday was the same exact thing. So if history repeats itself, I mean, 364s, 363s. It's been the exact same thing the past 2 days.
Crude's trying to pop here. I'm really not seeing anything to take. On indices, at least.
Yeah, it's going back to that question, I asked about how do you find a way to get long up here? It's like I personally don't like where we are for me to take longs, but I definitely am not shorting by any means.
I mean, and that, you know what, that's good enough.
Yeah,
If you
that's
don't,
good enough.
just don't do what you know you shouldn't do.
Yeah,
because
100%.
like that. Honestly, that's good enough. Just knowing when to stay out of trouble, what fence not to touch because it'll electrocute you, is a good place to be.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone loves to scream all-time highs, send us to all-time highs. And then when it becomes all-time highs, they've got no levels to trade and they don't know what to do. So I just, I never understood it.
That on the way
never...
down, but when it goes up, it sucks too. It's like
so you can't win.
I mean, like maybe you should do something else. If it sucked on the way down, it sucks on the way up. I don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are setup specific, but if you are a setup specific trader, you have to trade multiple markets, I think. Because otherwise, if your setup's only going to occur, like, let's say twice a week, like very specific setup, you're probably going to make more mistakes waiting for that setup. And unless you're an extremely disciplined individual, that's why you should, branch out to more markets.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. I actually, in fact, I think you nailed that on the head, because I went through that actually, because being just like an IB trader, my setup doesn't occur usually until after the first hour, right, of market open, right? Because I'm Central Time, so it's 8:30 market open. IB sets at 9:30 for me. And so it's like my setups, if I'm going to trade a failed auction on the IB, I may not get that until like 10:30, maybe even 11. Right. So that's like I have to wait sometimes all day. And so I have other markets I look at gold. I have other setups that I trade like outside of IB that I look at before IB is even set. But I actually struggled with that hard when I was only trading IB.
Yeah.
Because like I can wait all day, I can wait all day for just that one single setup. And it's like you have to really stay grounded in the patience of waiting and the discipline of waiting, or otherwise you're just gonna make, like you said, you can make a ton of mistakes just waiting for that setup to show up.
Totally. And I mean, your strategy can be completely effective, but me personally, if I had a setup that worked twice a week and it made me a killing, when it had an 85% win rate, and if I just followed it, I'd be up. I probably wouldn't be able to follow it. I'm going to tell you right now, I would not be able to sit at my desk even 3 hours a day, like half a day, 5 days a week for 2 trades a week. I would just make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, dive into your setup book.
Jack, what's your target?
Honestly, I was maybe going to hold it in the close. I said when the NASDAQ got to 26,315, I'd look to close, and we just hit it. But we got an hour. So, honestly, my target right now
trail that thing up.
Yeah, I mean, I trail every 25 minutes, so I'll trail in another 10.
Wait, Charles in the chat has a question. What platforms can I trade Lucid on? My prop doesn't provide level 2 data, and I can't buy it from NinjaTrader or Tradeovate without funding account. That's not true, Charles. You can use Lucid, and you can hit the, like, when you're checking out, it will ask you like what broker you want to use. You can hit TradingView, NinjaTrader, Tradeovate, and as soon as you go with that, you should have everything you need. I mean, that's what I use. Even when I connect it to TradingView, I don't even pay for data anymore. I don't pay for real-time data. I just have my Tradeovate connected, and I get it through the prop. So I'm not sure what you're experiencing, but you should definitely have it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh my God, guys, now all of a sudden having white screens is blinding to me. Ever since I went dark mode, I can't see anymore.
Jack going.
It's crazy.
I never use those
I feel like
screens.
I'm getting flashed right now. Oh my God.
It's like the cop. You get pulled over.
Squinting.
You been drinking, sir? You been drinking? No, I actually just got off work and I was trading at a desk.
Salma, we're happy to have you over on the dark mode side.
How
Dude,
about
I
that
swear.
15 call? Huh?
What?
Hey, my NASDAQ 26,315 is the high right now. That's a
Wait,
level I
hold
mentioned.
on.
That is the negative 23% profit target of the 50% retracement that traded from the RTH low. That's already at that level.
Wait, chat, hold on.
If I trade with the white screens, I have to have the blue light blocker glasses. Otherwise, I feel like my eyes are gonna get fried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean mine are like prescription and they have the blue light, but it's not enough. It's literally not enough. It's not enough. Okay, wait. I gave Charles wrong information. Charles, I take that back. You should be able to go into your settings on Lucid for the add-ons, and you can buy it for like $48 a month or something like that. Yeah, Yoda, that's what happens when I'm looking at a white screen. You can literally see it on. Do you see that? Just got flashed.
All right, I'm closing this down.
Good trade.
Joey seems like he loves dark mode. I do.
Yeah, I said it would close it when the NASDAQ hit that level, and so I'm gonna take it. Thanks, Dallas. Yeah, my daughter just walked in. So funny.
Yeah, Charles, you should have it in the add-ons. Sorry about that. I gave you wrong info. I take it back. Please forgive me. What are good markets to trade during Asia? I mean,
Gold,
crude, maybe.
Anything, if something's really moving aggressively into the close, and it could be any market, it'll typically move in Asia. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, standard gold, also the 6A, which is the Australian dollar, because like the Aussie markets are basically Asia.
Yeah, I mean, Asia's been so whack this past, like, I don't know, 10 days or so. At least from my experience. It's not been worth it.
it's not fast moving action like the way I see it, but it does provide opportunities to like get in trends to hold. Like how I like to trade Asia is like I'll take limit orders with multi targets, and then like I get that first target off. It's super slow, like and then I just hopefully ride for something more. But I think going all in, all out in Asia and like sitting at your computer watching it is definitely torturous.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, like, I mean, the past couple days, I've literally just been getting in a trade and then just going to sleep. I won't even wake up to monitor it because I know how slow it's going to move. So I'll just see what it looks like in the morning. Riker, do you know if Lucid with Tradeovate provides level 2 data for free? No, so it's not for free. I had to just go double check that. It's actually an add-on. You would have to go to your dashboard, hit add-ons, like $48 a month for those who want it. No problem. I don't see $13. I saw it as 48. Let me see. You guys making me go check again? Yeah, I see 48. I don't know what you see.
New high on NASDAQ. Can you believe it?
Hard thing to believe, right?
Who would have thought?
You have to be a believer. Be a believer. Are you a believer, Salma?
No.
You're not a believer?
Mm-mm.
Too young.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Some people are saying it's $13. Okay, I don't know. From what I see in my add-ons on Lucid, I only see $48 a month. Could be if you're picking like a different broker, or if you're going Rhythmic, I'm not sure. I don't even see 13 as an option, but anywho. This is crazy, guys.
Which part?
Which part?
It's crazy with the market.
Yeah, of course, we're talking about the market.
Losing its mind.
Oh, that's why DC's on Rhythmic. Yeah, I only ever pick NinjaTrader as my option.
I think you can still use your Rhythmic credentials to log into Ninja.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, guys. You should ask the next time that Leo is on. He'll answer all those questions.
You just got to go to your Ninja when your connections and then configure, and then
Is this for props?
Yeah, I think it will work.
Okay.
I mean, this is actually how all props used to connect to Ninja. There wasn't this direct plugins that there is now when the game first began. But yeah, you go connection, configure, connections, it should say available, then click Rhythmic for NinjaTrader brokerage, plug your login, and then under the system, there's a drop-down menu, which should list, depending on the prop firm, should list it, I imagine. So
there you go. Yeah, I've only ever checked out, like whenever I pick my accounts, it's only been what's it called? I've only done like the NinjaTrader, Tradeovate, TradingView option. So
there's just literally no better time to be watching the streams and trading on NinjaTrader.
Bingo.
There it is.
I agree. Second.
Hear ye. I second that.
Second.
What is this, the medieval times?
Hear ye.
You're gonna get your gavel out, put your like English wig on.
You guys want to laugh? I actually went to medieval times for my birthday.
Unreal.
Just yeah, like my recent birthday, guys. Not like 10 years ago when I was a child. So yeah. Anyway.
That sounds like a good time to get a turkey leg.
Yeah, I went out. Me and my girls, we went to medieval times.
Just
we had a good
with the girls.
Bro, can you imagine me freaking rooting for the knight?
The loudest group in there for sure.
Nah.
Speaking of watching the NinjaTrader stream, chat, we have 664 people watching and only 144 likes. Can we think we can get those up, chat?
Yeah.
Think we can smash that like button, maybe get us up to like 300?
Not a ton of trading here today, but a bunch of advice.
A lot of advice, chat. We've had some good convos.
Guys, NinjaTrader says, hear ye, liketh thine stream. That's funny. I wonder what like random people who just tuned in,
Chris,
what they're thinking.
Bro, I was literally I was just about to bring you up, dude. I was like, you know what? I already had it in my head. I was like, I guarantee you, Chris got his 6R today. I just know I had a feeling that Chris got his 6R. I was waiting on it, dude. I was just about to bring you up.
Good job, Chris. 6R or bust.
Chris, I bet you're the past 3 days, you're up 18R right now.
This is the biggest box breakout Chris has ever seen. This is a 6-month box breakout on the indexes. He has just got that thing drawn on his screen, ready to leverage every single bit of his portfolio. I know he is.
Chris, are you all packed?
Every box is broken. Colin Darvis.
No, he says. Me neither.
So yesterday I had my stream end at 3, and then I literally had a car outside, and I forgot my computer charger. So I have 2 laptops on me, and so I was like, I got to the airport and I knew I forgot it. I was like, oh my god! It's like I'm gonna be down to 1 laptop, like which is a 15-inch monitor. This is a lot to do on one 15-inch monitor. So at the airport, Amazon at the house this morning by 10 o'clock. I love technology.
Love Amazon.
The amount of things, I'm a great customer of Amazon.
You and me both. They take all my money.
You got a medieval times outfit from Amazon. I know you do. You got that. Bust that helmet out. You got a hatchet. What would be your favorite weapon from medieval times? Is it like the ball?
What is the? Yeah, wait. Say it again. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Me?
Yeah. What were you saying?
The ball with the chain.
Yeah. What is that called? Isn't that?
I don't know what it's called.
Javelin or something?
That was a little bit before my time. I didn't grow up then. Maybe ask Jim.
Hold on. Medieval. Ball with the spikes.
Flail.
What is that called? Hold on. Called a morning star?
Really?
Hey, yo.
I feel like it's a type of candle.
A flail.
Do you guys know where candlestick patterns were invented?
Oh no, but I do love a morning star pattern.
Amazing.
And an evening.
Look at that. Chat's got it down. Wow. Everybody got that one.
Oh. Bro, you read the Candlestick Bible? How many times, Jack?
I've actually never read that book. I've never read
really?
a book on candlesticks. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's probably like
Salma, I don't know how to read. My emails dictate audio speech. You should see me try to answer an email. I'm so bad. Like I normally would like answering my phone. I have replied to both Savannah and Shab and spelled their name wrong. I'm like, God, I'm so stupid. This is not for me.
I have no words.
This is not for me. I get anxiety if somebody sends me an email after like over 2 sentences. I'm like, oh, do I gotta respond to this? Yes.
Do you feed it into ChatGPT and tell it to give you the too long to read shortened version?
I'm just more of like a math guy. I don't know English very well.
Guys, what am I supposed to say to Jack?
You tell me I don't know how to spell. Don't ask me to write anything down either. You won't be able to read it.
You have chicken scratch handwriting? That's great.
I mean, my dad's is worse. It's genetic.
Don't think handwriting's genetic.
No, this is an example. I'm actually at my dad's desk right now.
Wait. Pause. I need to put you up on the screen. Okay, go.
Okay, so this is like I just saw this. My dad, he types everything out for the most basic things. This is for him to travel somewhere. He literally has just like a full two-page list. I think he is like what? Like this are just things like we don't write.
Does dad not realize he's got a phone that he could just carry everywhere?
I don't really like staring at my phone more than I already do. So, I mean, I understand the printing things, but I prefer to like write things down physically. Some people just, they operate differently. Cracks me up.
Not much of a writer.
Guys, this looks like a short setup to me, but I don't want to try and fade the market, so I'm just gonna watch this go without me.
I'm telling you, 26,333 hit tomorrow, and ES. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong end. That's like my top target. We might have a short setup tomorrow morning, but I'm going to let some structure show me first. ES needs to get up to like 71.10s, even I'll feel comfortable. So somebody asked me to bring my market analyzer in here, and I'll describe it like a little bit. So because all of this is, this is the amount of work I've put in to get this done is like astronomical. Because it's taken me multiple years to come up with my original theory, and then even more time to put it into an analyzer. I didn't even write this code on NinjaTrader when I first came up with it, so I've converted it from another platform into NinjaTrader. And like it's just been building on top of building for years, to be real with you. And but I can explain what it does and how I look for things. So one of these on the right column, I have what's called like a bar type, which is like a bull or bear bar, which you'll see on my screen. Those are these blue candles. These are bull bars, okay, which is a crossover signal for me. And if I get a crossover signal on the 5-minute chart and a 15-minute chart in a period of 90 minutes or less, it'll tell me that there's a bull or bear bar. So that's one of the things I'm looking at. The trend bias, this is trend bias, it's kind of hidden a bit. The trend bias comes from scanning a momentum study that I've created on 3 separate time frames. And if the momentum study that I've created is bullish on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the hourly, it'll read bullish. And when we have really trendy markets, this will be like almost all stacked bullish and bearish. Now, if we are not trending like ZB, ZN, they're not really trending right now based on my scan. It's just a flat line. So if I find myself, and then this is the last time. So the last time we had a bear bar is CL. So just simply look at this scan, and anytime on your screen, feel free to ask for this scan, and I'll show you it. But so the last bear bar we had in CL, and it's bearish, is 47 minutes ago. So if I'm itching to go short, and remember, if you just take a look at CL, this looks like a great market to short right now. Like if you're looking for a market to short, just lower lows, lower highs, slow drift down. So I will simply just use this market analyzer to tell me the trend. And of course, I'm going to do my own analysis. And then once I have a trend bias determined, I'm simply looking for an entry into the trend. Those you have to think about like trades. Like first you want to have a bias. Is the market going higher? Is the market going lower? And then you want to find a spot that you can get into the market that you can have like a good risk reward ratio or a high probability setup. So that's kind of how I mentally picture my trading and what I go through.
There you have it. Oh,
What's that? Tell you what though, this hoodie is getting hot in Florida, and I feel like it'd be inappropriate just to take it off on stream. I'm gonna get clipped removing my clothes. My belly button will show because you you actually take off a hoodie and like all of a sudden lift your shirt up. Yeah, it's on camera. But I'm burning.
What's the degrees like by you?
Man, I think it's like 80 out.
Dude, 84 here, and I'm literally so hot. It's, I think like the first 80-degree day.
Really? 80 degrees?
And I've been inside.
I know. I'm getting to the gym as soon as we're off the stream, going for a walk.
It's supposed to be really nice this weekend while we're there in Miami.
Are you guys considering going to the gym in Miami? Because
oh yeah,
I feel like I won't have time. I will be hungover on Saturday. And,
oh great.
Yeah,
I definitely will be.
Okay, I think Chris. I don't know if Chris is still here. He's gone, but I think he said he was gonna hit the gym too. Oh, he's here. Yeah, there you go. Chris said that he's gonna be hitting the gym with Pax.
Chris, I will be probably joining you.
Exploring CME says, can someone please explain how can we take payouts from a prop sim account when it is not a real account? I'm very confused. So you just gotta forget the fact that you're trading paper and just think about the fact that a prop firm gives you a set of rules and tells you, okay, here are the parameters of the account you're buying. You need to hit a certain amount for the profit target, can't lose a certain amount or else you blow the account, right? And as long as you can stay in line with the rules, then you move on to a funded account. And that funded account is also paper, but it's just, you're basically passing an evaluation to prove that you can stay consistent, disciplined, and basically you've proved yourself to go to the funded stage. Same thing in funded, you have to meet a specific amount of whatever money for your profit target, can't lose a certain amount or you lose the account. You do that, qualify for a payout. Props make money off of people losing. And then like someone said in the chat, you get payouts from, people who blew their accounts. That money is coming from blown accounts, basically. It's a zero-sum game. It's how it works.
What structure do you need to, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, you're good, go.
What structure do you need to short? So like on this scan, we'll just go over the markets that are telling me that I should be looking to short them. And really the only thing right now is CL. That's the only thing reading bear, which is my strongest signal. So let's just simply look at the structure of CL. Okay, wrong window. There we go. All right, bring this across. So we have, these are ATR bars increases. So when you see a yellow bar on my screen, that means the average true range of that time frame has expanded larger than 150% the average. So we have back-to-back yellow bars down. That tells me momentum is increasing to the downside. Also, you have a swing high. I always like to short after a swing high because that tells you you're not shorting highs. If there's no swing high, you're basically shorting highs. And all a swing high is the previous 5 bars are lower and the following 5 bars are lower, okay? And you can see there's been no swing low. Also, this previous support level here, this is just, visually a line of support on your chart. You can see it, and we get below that. You see, right, you could have shorted right there if you wanted to. And then, I always look at markets in 25-minute increments. I mention that often. But that is something I would look for. But this scan basically, because I don't have enough screen space to look at all of these markets at the same time. And sometimes it's kind of hard to like look at 15 different markets and understand which ones are trending. And I'm only looking at one time frame. This scan is doing more than half of the work for me. It's literally doing 80% of the work for me by telling me which markets are trending. And then from there, I determine an entry level to get into that market. But yeah, same thing to the upside here. If you look at all of the indexes here, and also another cool tool in Ninja, this market analyzer, I can instrument link it. So it's linked yellow. So let me link this yellow one to orange. And then, so I can go here, and look at the YM is bullish. I can go here, clearly these markets are bullish. right? Higher highs, higher lows, upward drifting. And, I know for certain that if I am, going short a market and I take one look at my analyzer and I'm stopped out and it's reading the opposite direction I'm trading, that I should probably, not try that trade again. I will occasionally, like there's certain price levels I trust enough where I will fade it. It's pretty rare. You can wait for confirmation. Like this morning when I first went long CL, it was bearish. But I'm still using the same risk amount every single trade. So one individual outcome is not the determining factor of my day. If you have a large variance in your risk and you're taking multiple trades a day and you're risking 1,000 on one and 300 on another, you could be right twice and still lose money. So, one thing to always consider is your risk size consistent? On top of your risk size being consistent, are you trading in the direction of the trend? These are all just components that I think of when I'm going into a trade. And that's my TED Talk.
Welcome to the TED Talk.
I'm having a conversation with someone in the chat who said that props are, let me see what their exact wording is. Oh, they called props predatory. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think props have been a blessing to, especially to those who, don't have too much money to start trading with. They're a great way to get your feet into like trading futures. It's how I discovered futures. And I think if it wasn't for props, I probably wouldn't be trading futures.
Yeah, I would say if you're going to say props are predatory, then you might as well just agree that all trading is predatory.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I agree with that. Yeah.
They said that their argument is the fact that 90% of your clients have to lose money in order for the prop firm to succeed. And it's like, well, I mean, guys, by design, the market losing. By design, like only whatever the actual stat is, but like what 1% of people are profitable in trading. So it's like people are losing regardless, right? Like I don't understand. And again, no one is like forcing you to even trade with props. So I feel like for something to be predatory, you would need to be coerced into trading it. And it's like no one's holding a gun to your head and telling you to go with them, right? So
student loans are predatory.
Yeah. I mean, we could just throw that word around for anything if that's what you guys want to do.
You can take out a $200,000 loan for a useless degree. You can do it. Probably not a good idea.
Nope.
But it's
and
just,
I have a useless degree. I have a degree.
do too.
I don't even use it.
You and me both.
Riker says, I like to watch the three of you. You're all so helpful. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
That's what we like to hear. I don't avoid trading NG for any particular reason. I mean, like futures has some of the best risk controls using stop automation and liquidity that like it doesn't matter. If you're trading without stops in general, it doesn't matter if it's nat gas, NASDAQ, oil, gold, whatever, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt eventually. Okay. Maybe not right away, but eventually you will find yourself on the wrong side of a massive move that is so fast you cannot get out of, and you will hurt yourself. Yeah. So I am not afraid of any market just because it's winter. In fact, I prefer the volatility. I think there's some of the best trades like this winter. There was some crazy nat gas trades. 17% moves in a day, which is like kind of what we're seeing in CL recently. And those are some of the biggest. This last move in CL are some of the biggest moves I think I've ever seen in CL, and I loved it. It probably been my best market this for the last few months.
By the way, in case anybody was wondering, NASDAQ new highs.
Where do you think it's going next?
Every time I think he's going to say something else.
Were you guys with me on? Was that you guys streaming with me on Monday where we pulled the chat on the closer? No, I don't think it was you. Was that either of you?
No, I did the open.
I pulled the chat. New all time, taking out new highs of last year or the lows of this year first. And this is like 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and 46% of the chat thought we would take out the low of the year before the high of last year 2 days ago. Think about that. A lot of wrong. The more people that are wrong, the faster we move the opposite direction.
Yeah. Looks like history is going to repeat itself and go to the 150% extension level, which we've done yesterday and on Monday. Joey, has anyone told you look like Luke Bryant? Yes, I have gotten that a couple times.
You should see him play the guitar.
Yeah. I just don't have a great singing voice.
Well, if you look like Luke Bryant, I'm going to the bar with you and we're playing this off.
Yeah.
My boy Luke Bryant.
I've gotten a couple comparisons. Back when I was like not as like filled out and I was like a lot skinnier, I got like MGK comparisons.
Yo, that's unreal.
Yeah. I legit like I was in Memphis one night and back when I was smaller, and somebody literally came up to me and said they almost ran up to me because they thought I was MGK.
Are you 6'5"?
No, I'm not. I'm not even. I'm 5'11". That's the crazy part.
Oh my goodness. The tall guy. LOL. Fintinton. Walking in Memphis. Here's that 26,333.
No offense, MGK is not bald. Well, I wasn't bald back then.
We can go to Turkey. We can take care of that.
Listen, I'm literally considering it, to be honest with you. It's like I'm actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what, I'm probably gonna do this.
I mean, why not?
I know, dude. It's like I'm in my 30s and I know I could have a full head of hair. I know I could. I've already had a consultation. I already know that the hair they would take, I already know that the hair they would take from the back of my head and put up front and on top is great. They call it donor hair. Is great donor hair because it's still really, really thick. I have a lot of it. And I would legit have a full head of hair, chat.
I cannot wait for the day that all of a sudden you just show up on stream and you just got like Crudele, just like full.
The funny thing is if I do it, so you can wear hats after a hair transplant. You can still wear hats. I think I would still wear a hat every day. And then one day when I have it all grown out, I would just take the hat off and surprise everybody.
Oh my God.
You've definitely given us some thought.
Oh yeah, I definitely, yeah. I've sat on this for a minute.
Go for
it. Expectations for tomorrow.
My expectations for tomorrow? Trading?
I was gonna say trading, or we're talking about my hair still.
Trading, or are we talking Joey having that sick head of hair? Okay, I guess his previous question was, what are your expectations since we're at all-time highs? I expect us to continue. I have a higher time frame target in the ES based on the retracement that we traded. That is up at 7,380. So my expectation is that we continue to rally up into 7,380, and I'm going to continue to buy pullbacks. this isn't even close to stopping, guys. This is another. We haven't had an overlapping volume day in a while. Like, it is just the last consolidation we even had was like back on the 7th. Like, I mean, Sunday night, big gap down, huge reversal. That Sunday night gap down was a gift.
It's just right now the expectation is just bullish for me. It's just we're bullish until the market says we're not. That's just been the theme. That's the trend. It's just all longs.
Yeah. And even when there is that first consolidation, I think it's going to the upside. Like the event
100%.
goes back to the upside. Like, one thing you got to, the market just goes up. The government prints endless money. We run a continuous deficit of trillions of dollars. That money all ends up in the market.
Well, the market would need a reason for us to reverse out of this.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, earnings have been good through this whole thing too. So it's like,
yeah, the market just doesn't right now. It doesn't have a reason for us to reverse and trend down. It would have to be some sort of like, if anything, probably some escalation deal thing with Iran, or things escalate to a really extreme level that would reverse us out of this. Because right now,
Joey, it doesn't matter. It's all bullish.
yeah,
Doesn't matter.
The fear was $200 oil, and I think that fear is gone, and I can finally fill my car up for less than $100.
That is crazy. $100, I'd cry.
Cool.
I'd literally be so sad giving my card to the gas attendee. Bro, $100? Oh, man.
I am showing up because I have a rental car. If you want to go a tank with me and we vlog
all right, yeah, let's do that.
We're gonna change. We're gonna vlog. Everyone's gonna get in the car. Me and Jim are gonna get in the car. You're gonna show Jim how to change his icon so he's no longer 20 years old in his icon photo.
I got you. Yes.
And then he's gonna show you how to fill up a tank of gas at the local Miami station. I have a car. We can make this happen.
All right, perfect. No, let's actually do that.
I'm down.
By the way, guys, we're gonna go TikTok live. I'm gonna force them to go TikTok live with me. It'll be my first time going live on TikTok. So,
bro, TikTok live is like the thing right now.
I know. I want everyone to see what we do in Miami. So, gonna try and get content out.
Just need to have like a cameraman that's on TikTok live for you and just follows you around the whole time.
Oh my God. No, I'm not at that level yet.
Be a true like TikTok influencer streamer.
Speaking of rental cars, have you guys seen Carvana's stock recently? It's up like 400% this year. Or not Carvana, Avis rental car. The ticker's CAR.
Which one is it?
Car. It was at $100 in March. It is at $400.
Holy.
It is probably one of the biggest squeezes I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lido, I don't know if we hit the gym. I don't think we're actually gonna hit a gym. It'll probably be like the hotel gym. Are you guys gonna get a day pass somewhere, or you're gonna hit the gym at the hotel, right?
I'm just gonna use the hotel gym.
Yeah.
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 Gotta make it easy.
Yep. Cliff says, Salma, full disclosure, please. Are any of you a paid prop affiliate? I mean, I do have an affiliate code with Lucid. It's not a secret. I've talked about them a bunch of times on my X, on stream. But yeah, only got a code with Lucid right now. So how about you guys? Got any codes?
Yeah. I do have codes. I've never dropped them on the stream, but if anybody wants me to plug them, I will. But
no, chill. Use my code. Use my code. Chill. Composite Trader. That is not my code. Stop it.
Yes. So I have right now. I have an exclusive partnership with Tradeify.
Wait, Cliff says, he follows up and says, then you're biased. How am I biased?
Okay, Cliff. Okay, Cliff. Sure.
Sure, I'm biased.
Yeah,
Okay, Cliff.
sure.
Yeah, you know what? Not even gonna bother, just
No,
because
that's a conversation you just don't even want to go down because you can't win.
you can't
For
win.
sure.
Because if I tell you guys to go use a prop firm that I personally don't use, that I personally don't vouch for, that I personally, whatever, like I wouldn't use them, then
No,
I'm wrong.
basically what this conversation comes down to is Cliff, you've been hurt by somebody that's an affiliate. And that's put that salty, bad taste in your mouth. And that's fine. But we're not pushing anything on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were also simply asked a question that we're answering. So,
Not for nothing, but I spoke about props in general terms. I didn't even mention Lucid. Didn't talk about them when I was saying that, I don't think props are predatory. And so, yeah, I don't understand how I'd be biased, but hey,
Haters gonna
man.
hate, and ain'ters gonna ain't.
Like I said, though, I probably would not be in the future space if it wasn't for prop firms. So I will never not have something good to say about them. So there you go. Guess I'm biased.
Yep.
how can I have the same low position? Samuel, the position box, I'll ask production to drop the link, but it is a code created by the team over at NinjaTrader that they've provided to the streamers to help you guys visualize our positions and entries a little clearer. Because sometimes, even me, I have multiple markets on my screen and I'm only sharing two, but if I get in one, it'll pop up. And they got the link for it. And it's basically an indicator that goes on your chart and you plug it into NinjaTrader. So there it is right there. Thank you, NinjaTrader team. So yeah, feel free. Anybody that wants to download that, I recommend it. It kind of keeps you, on your toes, centers everything. I really like it. And when they gave it to me, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Cheech says, I have not heard anyone complain about Lucid ever. Not saying they are perfect, but I've never heard a complaint. Yeah, me neither. And I would say for a new, they're probably one of the newest in the space. So for a new prop, they're doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how long I've been around? I used to work with Daryl, who started Apex on a completely separate product like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. We used to work on for a company called Datex. It was now shut down.
Huh.
And also back when Top Step used to take people on the floor, I got a picture of me in 2013, I think the year was, on the floor with Top Step when traders got backed back in the day before it was SIM funded, it was actually funded. That I got funded with Top Step in 2013, and I have a picture of down on the floor when the pits were open with Hogue and those guys. It's hilarious. Yeah, I used to trade Nadex. Doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, crazy space. This space is made. Obviously, guys, trading is tough. And if anybody wants to tell you trading's easy, they're lying. I don't think trading is an easy job. But then again, is anything easy worth doing? The answer is no. It doesn't matter if it's going to the gym. You're looking at something that probably is a desirable position for most people to do, work from home, make money, technically have their own hours. I mean, you can trade every day when you want, or you can take off. Do you really think something like that would be easy? Is everybody going to make it? No. Is everybody cut out to make it? Does everybody have the time to make it happen? No. But I tell you what, every one of you guys tuning into NinjaTrader Live has an advantage that I never had when I first started trading, because there was nothing like this. So the information age is out there. The tools to lower your cost barriers to entry are out there. How you use them, the effort you put in, the mind that you have, the intelligence that you accumulate is up to you. It is a one-man player game, but you have a great resource here with NinjaTrader Live.
100%. Wow, we should have long
What
that
better
pullback.
place to learn than NinjaTrader, though, chat? You know what I mean?
No better place. I mean, I'm like, this stuff literally did not exist, and I mean, there's a market for it now, and I'm happy to be a part of this and sharing experience, because that's really one of the best ways to learn. It's really hard to find out a lot of stuff on your own.
I mean, what's crazy if you think about it, like, NinjaTrader is live, pretty much all day. And if you think about like all the people that are on this stream, the total years of experience in the markets that are all combined in one stream. I mean, that's just like unlimited knowledge that will only help you. I'd like to know what that is, what that number is.
I mean, with Jim, it's like 100. So
Good.
that's true.
Yeah, fiber optic. We should have longed that pullback. Unfortunately, I was too busy typing in the chat, not realizing. It's okay. We only have 20 minutes left of the market anyway.
Minutes ago, it's a tough time to be initiated.
Yeah, but
you can make some money.
That's probably the deepest pullback we've gotten since we've been on live. Since like 1 p.m., even before getting on live. Oh well.
Rich Pot, I'm not sure what Ed and Eddie is, but
don't look it up. It's a stupid cartoon.
I don't know how. I don't know which guy.
Wasn't that like Cartoon Network?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Which one am I? Am I Eddie? Or am I Eddie? Which one?
He said Eddie. Yeah.
Who's Eddie? I don't know this stuff.
Bro, that's messed up. I don't know why anyone would say that.
It's all right. I'm not offended.
Bro, I used to watch Cartoon Network every day after school. That and SpongeBob. I don't know if y'all ever rode the SpongeBob train, but I was a diehard SpongeBob fan every day.
SpongeBob was that guy.
Bro, I still watch SpongeBob. I'll sit with my kid and watch it all day long.
Yeah.
I feel like SpongeBob is one of those cartoons where you can enjoy it as a kid and an adult.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what, gold is on the bearish scan as well here going into the close.
Trading with Jose says, real question for you guys. You think a trader can make it if they are not able to trade the open or be in the markets for the first hour? Of course.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
There's a trader I used to follow. His name's Don Miller. He used to specifically just trade the open after trend days and just look for one setup in the afternoon. He was really successful at it. So, you just got to pick the time frame. Obviously, the more time you can spend trading, the more opportunity you have, but it doesn't mean you have no opportunity if you can't trade the open.
Yeah.
Me personally, I mean, I don't really love trading the open anyway, so.
Yeah, I actually think like 7:30, like an hour at my time. So like let's say 6:30 to 7:30, or like even 8:30 New York is probably better than the first 30 minutes, at least for me. I know there is strategies specifically for the open that people have. I don't have one of those dedicated to the open. PAX has one, but there's strategies for every time frame. And if you can't trade the open, you can swing trade. I mean, being long a few micros over the last 11 days is probably better than anything I did. Like, depends on the market. Yeah, you're an OG if you know who Don Miller is. We're not sure if he still even trades, to be honest. I think he might be retired, but also, I'm not for certain, but I think the crypto market's pretty active in the evenings. At least it goes in and out of cycles of being active and inactive.
I've never actively traded crypto.
I don't mess with crypto either.
There's features on crypto. But oh man, I didn't actively trade it, but I tell you what, like I wish I did. But the bull runs of crypto, I think they're kind of over with. But wow, I mean, anybody could have traded. I mean, if it's a market, you can trade it if you know how to trade. Is kind of my opinion. But You know, those are those one-way train moves to the upside. Bitcoin used to look like we've been looking like in the indexes for months on end. You know, we rallied from what, like 17,000 on the low up to like 120. Like a picture of that percentage increase in the S&P, that'd be the easiest trade of your life. Just buy every day. That's why most crypto guys are hodlers, because they just only know an up market.
Hodlers. I don't think I ever said that word out loud. Hodl.
Hodl? You ever
Hodl.
yodel?
Hodor.
Yodel. Yodel and hodl. I think we're gonna get a little bit of a spill.
A little bit of a what?
Not gonna be a spill, but like not close on it, like the high bar. I just think we're gonna get a slight pullback. Nothing crazy.
Attention
I think
traders.
tomorrow's gonna be more of a two-sided trade than we've had over the last 2 days. Though we're basically 3 days of just skipping value areas. I think tomorrow we actually get a chance to trade value. There's going to be more two-sided action tomorrow. So if that's your trade, that's your market. Tomorrow you're going to have an
attention traders. It's algo time.
I want to hear any
Here
complaints.
we go, 10 seconds.
The market's sideways. I hate sideways markets.
Fire them off.
Wow. Yo, this thing is crazy.
Jeez.
New highs on NASDAQ.
Unreal.
Oh my goodness. Just wow. Close this market.
Just go to
Jeez.
400 at this point. Why not?
Is the ES above all-time high? What are you trading ES right now? What's the all-time high? 40-something? 48s? Crude rollover tomorrow. Can't talk. Joe, you think the NASDAQ gets new highs tomorrow?
Honestly, yeah, I do.
At this rate.
Yeah, I do.
That's what we call edge.
I think I need to figure out a way to disable the short button.
That'd be kind of cool. Just like fully integrate your platform so you can't go short.
Yeah.
Turn off short capability. Actually, what a great tool that would be.
Just honestly, yeah, I feel like it could save a lot of people.
I bet you could. There's probably a tool that like at least automatically cancels the trade out even if you place it. There's probably like a way to code that in, not on the platform, but just like as some type of like broker rejection. They want the remix. You got the two OG voices here on the remix on the screen. It's you two guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Joey, did you even hear it yesterday?
Yours?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Bro, it's not mine. I'm like on with you.
Oh, you're on with me? Oh, dude,
It's a duet.
Oh, production.
No, let's let's not.
We get it live in Miami. Oil's fading again here.
I didn't know we had a remix. A little collab.
Yeah.
Everybody making money, money, money. Everybody making money. Everybody making money. Everybody making money. Money, 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 money. The drop goes so hard.
Everybody making money, money, money.
That's not it.
Wait, I thought
That's not-
that was mine. I thought we had a remix.
No, that's not the one.
They pulled the wrong ones, guys. So many
Who
files they have.
flopped?
Production.
Hey, you can't expect protection. We take stop losses too.
Guys, sorry. They said the likes aren't high enough, so they can't play it.
Yeah, I
It's
thought
unfortunate.
weren't we aiming for like 300 likes, shot. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's the original.
Bump it up. Do your thing. What you do, your thing.
What's your code to Lucid? Salma OGS. So I know it's a little long, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't you just make it Salma or OGS? Just,
The thing is, I had this conversation with Kane. He told me, he said it was long. And I understand that obviously shorter the code, the better, but now a lot of people already know the code, and if I switch it up on them,
you can make more than one.
is that true?
Yeah, for sure. Tell me to give you both.
Oh, I didn't know that. If I could do that, then yeah, I would just switch it up. I would probably just do Salma or yeah, I didn't know that they do multiples. I'll talk to them. Yeah, that would be cool because then the people who just know it as Salma OGS can just keep doing that. Wow.
What was that range there in the last 10 points? The higher the index is.
Here we go. Last 5 minutes. ES new high on the day. NQ new high on the day.
Telling just go to 400 at this point.
Bro, just rip it.
Yeah.
We should have longed the pullback, guys. I'm telling you, that was it. Send me back 10 minutes ago.
No, I wish I could do that every time.
Yeah, I know. People are always like, oh, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Going back in time and going into the future.
No, mine's going back to Monday and just longing and not even just sitting on it.
Bro, just being a time traveler, like.
No, you guys are me. I'd be flying. Come on, get creative.
No, screw that.
And
then, like, my second superpower, if I could, would be like teleportation. If I could just teleport places.
That would be actually no. If I had to pick a superpower, teleportation would be my first. That's my go-to.
Bro, like imagine like, you know, you're a kid and you're like, yeah, mom, I'm going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. She thinks you're in bed and then you just teleport. You teleport to the party.
You could live anywhere in the world you wanted to.
I'd go to medieval times.
I'm dead.
I could be anywhere. Medieval times with Salma's friends.
It was fun, dude.
I know. I'm sure it was. I'm really not making fun of you. I bet that was awesome.
Who else is spending their 25th birthday at medieval times?
I take my friends to a haunted house, so I get it.
You see,
see those I don't like.
Jack goes back in time, and then he goes back in time and decides to come back, and he's dressed as a Spartan.
I'm going to show up these days in a full medieval times costume.
I'd actually be scared.
I'd be scared of myself.
I'd actually be a little worried. But yeah, I don't like haunted houses. I did it once, never again.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else we do when we're off air, but it's a really good time. We actually play Ghosts in a Graveyard too. Just like kids.
What is? I don't know what that is.
You ever lay down on a grave?
No. Why would I want to do that? I can literally think of 100 other things to do rather than lay on someone's grave.
Well, you never hang out with like 10 drunk guys.
Yeah, no thanks. What the hell? Chat, this is not normal, right?
Not normal. You're right.
Jim looks disturbed.
Although I would say Wembley Stadium 1985 Live Aid concert.
Ooh.
That's what I would like to go teleport to.
I like it.
Selma's like, what's Live Aid?
No. I'm looking it
1985.
up. Queen,
my
Led
goodness.
Zeppelin, Paul McCartney. Wow, U2, David Bowie, Beach Boys. I like all of them. You went to that?
That was it. That was the best.
Wow.
Oh
Wait,
man.
is that picture that we have as your contact? That's how old you were when you went to that? Probably,
No, I
yeah.
didn't go. I missed it. That's why I want to be
Oh,
teleported back.
brother, I thought you went. I was gonna say, Jim, you're so cool.
No, I'm not anywhere near that cool. So anyway,
Damn.
you guys got me thinking anyway.
Well, you guys have the machine.
So
Did
what
work-
superpower would you have, Jim?
I don't have any.
If you
I'm
could.
still alive, Selma. That's it. I'm still still alive. Dude, are we gonna make this or no? We just need what? We need 30 more handles.
Hey,
That's good.
Jim, are you down to help teach Salma how to pump up gas? I got a car.
He's got a car.
She's gonna
We can
help
do it.
you change your icon, and you're gonna help her pump gas.
Yeah, we could help. We could teach. It's right in Jersey. You can't. It's illegal to pump your own gas.
It's literally illegal for me to get out of my car. Yeah.
That is the most illegal thing.
Yes.
Salma has to do.
You have
I'm
Costco
telling you,
there?
Jersey's for the girls. Like,
But does Costco? You have to have a guy at Costco.
Ooh.
yeah, there's gas attendees at Costco. Yep.
Wow.
It's bougie
Crazy.
stuff. I'm telling you.
We didn't make it. Darn. 35 points away.
Thank you.
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. All right, so here's the over-under. Is it going to hit? Are we making this all-time high tonight in the Globex session or tomorrow after the bell?
I think it would be a little silly to do it after hours.
I think
really?
What'd you say, Jack?
After hours.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of leaning towards is after hours.
I would see the sweep of it, and then maybe like a pullback in the morning.
Let's see. What's the all-time high level again?
It's 399. 26 399, yeah.
Yeah, I think we do it in the after hours.
Imagine we just flush right now.
Yeah, I mean, if we missed it by this small amount and we get a big sell-off, that would be incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, you guys. Great job as usual. We're not done, though. Tomorrow, we also have a great show. We have Dana Samuelson. Dana Samuelson, he's been on before. He's a bullion expert, a rare coin dealer, an expert on gold and silver. He's going to be our special guest tomorrow on the Morning Gap. Then Farm for Tape Talk. Then Trading the Open. Jack's coming back. Well, he's not coming back. He's still in Florida. Jack's going to be with us. Nick for Tick is going to join Jack with Lumi. So 3 for the price of 1 right there. Midday markets, XYZ and Stowe are popping in. And I'm not sure where they're streaming from. And then in the afternoon session, Trading the Close, it's Leo, Joey, and Jack. So great lineup again tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. You guys did a great job. Let's give these guys a round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Favorite part of the day, for sure. I look forward to seeing you 3 in a couple of days.
Yes.
And a couple of you guys will see tomorrow. So thanks for being here. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thank you for the subscriptions. Super important to us. Thank you for that. It means a lot to me. Thank you for being super cool in the chat. Cooper, I'm going to see you in a couple of days. I'll be streaming live actually tomorrow from the hotel room. So I'll be with Shai tomorrow and company. And we're going to keep moving forward here. So most important message of the day, as usual, please, folks, be safe out there. Be good to each other, and we'll see you soon.
See you,
Bye, chat. See you in Miami.